Okay, I think just to kick it off, obviously got Josh back on the field today in good spirits. I thought just a quick eval of him. I thought he moved pretty fluidly. You can tell he's been active. He's been doing things. Obviously from a game plan standpoint, we really don't know. It's one day in, but all in all, I think Josh brings us a veteran player with a lot of experience. So we'll see how far we can take it with him here in a short amount of time. As I mentioned yesterday, I want to make sure we're clear. Josh was elected captain at the start of the year. Part of him coming back, we've removed the captain title from him, so there won't be the C on his jersey. Also, what we've done is not allow him to have access with media here, at least until the bowl game, so that everybody's on the same page and we know what we're doing on that front. As far as an injury standpoint, we look really good. I feel great about where we're at. And obviously, JR looked good today. Plattenberg looked good again today. And all the guys that have been kind of had some stuff lingering, Darius Rogers, Soma, Ajane, all those guys have performed well. So 10 games into the season, I'm pleasantly pleased with where we're at from a health standpoint. And I just think from a mood standpoint, our team's very focused. I thought that was extremely impressed today at practice of, one, our coaches coaching and teaching really well, and our players responding, our players taking the coaching and really applying it. So all those things are good. Spirits are good. It's November 19th and it's 72 degrees in LA. Can't get much better. So that's about it.
Coach, did Josh express a great deal of remorse about
Yes.
what happened and misleading everyone the way he did?
I think that's a great point to make, Jim. He has been extremely remorseful. I've said all along about a lot of our players. These guys aren't perfect. When you're 18 to 22 years old, we're gonna make some mistakes. That's human nature. And what I've always tried to do, not just in this instance, but in all of them, is really assess the character of the individual. And was the action out of character for him? And I totally believe that with Josh. I think he's a very good person. He made a mistake. He acknowledged it. He's been remorseful for it. He's paid a severe penalty of 10 games, and he's fortunate and happy to be back.
What was the thought process on not making him available to the media?
I just want to give him a chance to focus on playing football. Gary, he's been through a lot. He's probably gotten more media attention than he's ever wanted over the last, I don't know how many, 3 months now. And for him, his senior season, with a couple games to go, I just want to give him a chance to be with his teammates, to focus on football, practice football, and get the most out of this experience with a couple weeks to go.
Could you see him playing on Saturday?
Potentially, yes. I really don't know yet, though. And again, we're going to get back in here. We're going to look at the film. I'll get with Justin and Keith and see where we're at, quite honestly. I'll get with Coach Nansen where he could potentially fit special teams-wise as well after having a day of work with him on the field.
You kept mentioning that it hadn't come across your desk. When did it come across your desk officially? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
What time?
Jeez, I don't know.
Did he address the team afterward, or did he have any
He's
sort of
been
team
interacting with the team all along, and last night at 5 o'clock, when it was made official, we actually started meetings at that time. We have meetings in the afternoon at 5, and so it was just a really natural time for him to get with his teammates and move forward and move on.
Any update on Bryce Dixon?
Not yet. Hopeful of something of that not today or maybe tomorrow. So obviously he's out here practicing, but we don't know yet.
Given the concept of you're innocent until proven guilty, do you think Josh's punishment was fair, even though he was never charged for anything?
Well, there's a variety of things in there. There's a athletic code of conduct that we have our players adhere to. There's team rules that our players have to adhere to. So at times a player might not break the law, but he can break team rules and our code of conduct within our own organization. So do I think the punishment was severe? Yes, I do. But I also think the mistake was pretty severe. So we've moved on, and I'm hopeful that again, like he can focus on football and have a good couple weeks here with his teammates for senior year.
And talking to some of your team, Coach, they seem to feel like this is a shot of adrenaline for them going into the game on Saturday.
All that stuff's fine. Again, Josh has been a really good teammate, and he's been well liked and well received in our locker room. And like anything, when you're part of a family and somebody in your family makes a mistake and has to serve a form of punishment and then gets brought back in your family, I think everybody's excited for that, because they want him to do well. They want good things for him because he's been a great family member for these guys.
Coach, you went to USC, your two sisters went to UCLA. What was it like growing up in the household during this rivalry week?
I never paid that much attention to it. I just focus on the game. I haven't talked to them yet this week, but I haven't talked to my brothers either, or my dad or my mom or anybody. It's about doing my job to the best of my ability to get this team prepared to play. Come the end of the week, when the hay's kind of in the barn, as we say in football, I'll make my calls. I'll send my text messages. But for now, it's focusing on doing my job to the best of my ability to get our guys prepared to play.
Do you have any hesitancy to bring Josh back at this time because of the potential distraction it could create?
No, Mike, I think the one positive out of being here in the season that we've had, with all of the things that have gone on off the field, this isn't a big deal. I mean, it really isn't. You ask our players, it's not a big deal to them. We've been dealing with so much that it's a real character trait of our guys that they have the unique ability to minimize the distractions, focus on the task at hand, and do their job. And I've expressed it to them. I've been extremely impressed by the way they approach every day. And so this is, not that this is no different, but I just don't think that they're making it out bigger than it needs to be. They have a teammate who's back on the team. They're happy for him. They're excited for him. But more than anything else, they want to play great Saturday at 5 o'clock.
What was the thought process in playing in the corner today and nickel against safety?
I didn't notice that. I'm not going to get into game plan stuff.
Coach, this decision to bring Josh back,
Yes, sir.
obviously you talked about you'll have to see. He's an extremely talented athlete and clearly stayed in shape during this. What do you need to see to say, I'm comfortable putting him in there?
Well, you want to see one. I wanted to see him move, and how he moved around and what he was able to do. And again, I thought he moved well. His comfort level of the defense and the calls that we have and where he fits in our game plan, our own comfort level with him and the things that he's capable of doing, and the communication that is so critical. We've been talking all year about how important our communication is on defense and in the back end, and we've really improved upon that. So now, as we integrate him back in, we have to be comfortable with him doing those same things.
Was it solely your decision to remove the C off of Shaw's jersey, or did other people play a role in that call?
Ultimately, it was my decision. When it comes to those things in our program, I make those decisions, and you feel good about them and you move forward.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, none of you guys were on that conference call yesterday. Were you with the Pac-12? Is anybody on there with me?
With you, I was.
Okay, good. I said I hate dumb questions. None of you guys ask dumb questions. All right, guys.